John Kuhn won a couple of Super Bowls, and he works for the Packers, sideline reporter, won a Super Bowl with the Steelers and the Packers. Good to see you again, John. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Dan. Thanks for having me. And first, let me just say I'm glad you're feeling much better today and bounce back day for you here on a Friday.
Well, you've played when you were sick before, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what gamers do. That's what great ones do. Did you get a shot?
No, I never really got a shot while I was playing in the NFL, but they had these little pills that they would give you that
Oh,
worked just as good.
they didn't give me those pills yesterday, John. I should have asked for those.
The little magic pills.
Let me give you the official introduction. Check out the Tundra weekly podcast featuring John and discussing all things Green Bay Packers. Okay. Are you tempering your overreaction here? Like, how do you stay grounded that it's early and it's two wins, but yes, two impressive wins?
Yeah, I'm not grounded at all, Dan. Not at all. I I watched this team and listen, I played for a long time in the NFL, played for a long time in Green Bay, and I've covered this team now from the sidelines and in the booth since 2019. And I have to tell you, I have not seen a defense rally and attack this football the way that this Packers defense is doing it this year. And Jordan Love and the offense, they are still just figuring things out. And I'm scared to say when this team plays a complete game, what they can actually do.
I love Josh Jacobs. It's nice to have that run. I know there's glamorous running backs, but it just feels like he's so Green Bay, especially when you get down on the goal line. How do you equate his value to this team?
Well, it's really everything last year, and now it's taken the next step this year. Josh Jacobs' resume comes without saying when he came in last year, and he just built on that throughout the course of the season. The Packers really leaned on him with the injuries that Jordan Love had a year ago, and now he has become a guy where even if he's not breaking off the chunk plays, Matt LaFleur sticks with him because he knows at some point in time in the second half, at some point in time in the fourth quarter, they're going to punch one in there. He's got 11 straight games that he scored a rushing touchdown. That's a Green Bay Packer record. And when you set a record for a franchise that's been around for over 100 years, you're doing something pretty special.
The impact that Micah Parsons has, granted he's in there on third down, passing downs, but can you overstate his impact?
Well, I think the easiest way to talk about his impact is yeah, you know about the 8 sacks, and I think it's 19 quarterback hits that this defensive front has. But you see Rashawn Gary now has 2.5 sacks in his first 2 games. Lucas Van Ness has a sack. Devontae Wyatt has 2 sacks. Micah Parsons himself has a sack and a half. And it's getting to the quarterback in population. It's not just him wreaking havoc on an offensive line. It's the attention he brings allows others to bring that same impact, that same ferocious mentality when they line up there on second and third down. And it's getting to the point now where even Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper and everybody's jumping in on the party here at the quarterback. And Jeff Hafley's got a smorgasbord of plays that he can call her, knowing that when Micah Parsons out on that field, anybody can pop from any spot.
Jordan Love in the passing game. Like we can nitpick here, but are there any concerns that you've seen so far through 2 weeks?
Very minor. Last week against Detroit, he threw 2 balls. One that got intercepted, got called back. Another one that probably should have been intercepted. He had a 50-50 jump ball last night. Some coaches like that, some coaches don't. But in the grand scheme of things, he's completed passes to 11 different receivers already in his football. The receiver with the most receptions is his tight end, Tucker Kraft, with I believe it's only 8 or 9 receptions right now. He's spreading the ball around, and he's doing it at a high clip. The big yardages aren't there yet. The touchdowns aren't there yet. But he started both games so hot against two really big time teams here. I know they were home games. We're going to get a lot more information when we go on the road here in the coming weeks on what this offense really is and can this defense travel. I believe that both of them will. I believe that both of them can. And I believe Jordan Love, he doesn't have to carry this football team, but there are moments that he will still continue to carry this football
Do
team.
you think they're the best team in the NFL?
Yeah, I do. I think they're on that short list with Buffalo, with Baltimore, with Philadelphia. I would put those four above anybody else right now. And coming into the season, there was a lot of high hopes. There was a lot of energy about this Packer team. But that trade of Micah Parsons, it seemed to have lifted everybody's play. You're not seeing the drops. The penalties are less than what they were a year ago. You're not seeing the mental errors that you used to see on the defensive side. So it feels like everybody was prepared to take the next step into the season, and Micah Parsons just put a jetpack on their back and launched them.
Look at you. Look how excited you worked last night, late last night, up, all that energy. You're like a fan.
I am a fan, Dan. I am. I'm a fan of football. I'm a fan of fun, good football, physical football, and that's what we have now in Green Bay. And yes, I did. I woke up at 6:55 this morning, and I had a text from my agent that said, "You got to get on the Dan Patrick Show. He's feeling better, and he wants to talk to Packers."
What's it like to be a Green Bay Packer living in Green Bay?
It's a special feeling. And this goes back to Josh Jacobs. This goes back to Xavier McKinney, Micah Parsons. I've even seen it in his short period of time here. The appreciation and the admiration of the fans is second to none. And listen, this fan base, we know about all the sellouts. We know about that season ticket list. But really, the way they treat you on the street, the respect that they give you, the love that they give you, the passion that they have cheering for you in the stands. I've seen Micah Parsons take the field twice now in Lambeau Field. And both times I've watched him do a panoramic 360 of the stadium as he walks out there and hears the cheer. You can't help but really love the appreciation that you are feeling when you walk out there. And it makes you want to play harder, and it makes you want to give back to the community as well.
How vulnerable are the Lions?
Are the Lions? Well, that's tough. That's one game. It's really tough. I believe in Dan Campbell. I'm a Dan Campbell fan. I think he'll get turned around. They're definitely going to have to get back in their bag and try and get their mesh with Johnny Moe, the offensive coordinator, taking over for Ben Johnson. A lot of checkdowns, but a lot of those checkdowns last week could have been simply that the Green Bay Packers were flashing in front of Jared Goff's face. I think they'll get this thing figured out, especially when they get at home in the Dome.
Give me your favorite Aaron Rodgers story.
There's a million. I could give you a million Aaron Rodgers stories. Here's the best one. We're playing at Augusta. And yes, I played Augusta National with Aaron Rodgers. I had to use him. He was my entry. You know how people wear those lanyards to get into the Masters? Well, my lanyard was Aaron Rodgers. So I wore the Aaron Rodgers lanyard. I got into Augusta, and he's a much better golfer than I am, Dan, a much better golfer. And we're playing, we put a little bit of scratch on the line, and we hit about the turn. And I'm up gross on him by about 4 or 5 strokes. And he's not very happy. He's sending tee shots into the trees left, into the trees. He's coming out of this thing, and he's keeping in there, but I'm beating him for the first time. He gets so competitive that he doesn't talk to us for about the first 6 or 7 holes on the back 9. And we had a good little group of friends that were golfing there at the time. He battled his way back, and he talked me into a double bogey on 18 so he could beat me by 1 stroke.
He ever yell at you in the huddle?
Yes. Yelled at me in the huddle, yelled at me on the football field. But Dan, I got to say, I grew up with Aaron. I was here when Aaron was still backing up Brett Favre. So because of that, I could yell back a little bit at him. And I think he appreciated that. I think he respected that. And I think that was one of the things that he was looking for when he yelled at other players throughout his career.
Great to talk to you. Glad you're doing well. Thank you, John.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it.
John Kuhn, the sideline reporter for the Packers Radio Network, played 12 seasons in the NFL. The podcast is a weekly podcast called The Tundra, featuring John, all things Green Bay Packers. Matt Schneiderman, I think, is also on that podcast as well.